Welcome to Made for Mondays, the source for digging a little deeper into the Believers Church Sunday messages and finding ways to apply them to our daily lives. Together, let's take a deeper look and find a way to bring Mondays back.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. Welcome to this week's episode of the Made for Monday podcast. My name is Joe. I'll be hosting today, and who do I have with me?
Great job, Joe. This is Jamie.
Everybody, okay. Joe was under a lot of pressure to say that perfectly, and he did it. Let's take Let's just take a moment of silence to just
podcast over.
Gosh,
celebration silence.
Good. Okay, I don't know. It felt like the right thing to do. I'm Adrian, and I am present.
Hi, everybody. I'm Greg.
Yay! Hey, Greg. We have a special guest today.
So, Greg, can you, for the sake of all of our many hundreds of listeners, tell us, tens of people listening right now, can you tell us what your role is here at Believers?
I'm not entirely sure. I have quite a few. Let's see.
Yeah, go through all those.
Let's see.
We have an hour.
I lead on B groups. I lead in tech on the IMAG team and an elder.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's other stuff.
And within groups, what do you do?
I lead Reengage. Yep. It's a marriage restoration ministry that is the best. And if you're not signed up for it and you're married, you should be.
Yeah.
So what if you don't feel like you need restoration? Should I still go?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Because it's not just restoration. That's kind of, a lot of people think of it as like triage, and it's not just that. It's health and it's
rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation.
We can use another R word.
Yeah, we can use all the R words.
When my wife and I attended, I didn't think I needed restoration, but found out I did.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was good in that light too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's again not just restoration, but anything, like wherever you are. If you're good, why not be great?
Yeah,
so
love
that's
that.
right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. All right. So it's Monday. How was the weekend for everybody?
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Saturday. So Saturday, Bonnie and I took the ferry from Portsmouth over to Waterside, and then we walked along the. It's not really a trail, but along the water towards the direction of ODU. We didn't walk the whole. What is it called? The Elizabeth River Trail or something like that. Yeah. So we walked down there, down to Benchtop Brewery, stopped there for a little beverage, then went over to a restaurant in downtown Norfolk for brunch, and I can't tell you about it on the pod because it was a terrible experience.
And we only give good reviews.
We only give good reviews.
Yeah.
So
well,
you can talk to me privately about this.
Was it the food? Was it the service?
Service was great, and the atmosphere was nice. I gave it a Google 1-star review, and then gave it a 4 on service and 4 on atmosphere because I wanted to be fair on that. It was not the server's fault. It was just the food was horrible.
Wow, that's awful.
And I never ever send anything back. I sent 2 things back.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Hold on. So like you ordered a dinner.
I ordered
a
thing. I did. I sort of looked at it, and it was not.
It was giving you attitude.
It was not prepared well. So I sent it back. And
like you could see the hair on it?
At this point, well, yeah, no, it wasn't that. But at this point, Bonnie's already got her food and is eating, and it took a little bit of time to get the food. So they're like, do you want anything? And I said, I figured she crab soup. They already have it prepared, right? So it'll be pretty quick.
A scooping is all it.
That's all it requires. So they bring out a cup of she crab soup, and I'm not even making it up. There was 0 crab in it.
Oh wow!
And I'm thinking, like, if I just had a dish that was sent back, I would kind of want to make sure that
the stakes are high right now.
Right? Yeah. That I had to send that back too. It was just really disappointing. And I love brunch, so I was really looking forward to a brunch thing, and it was not great.
Benchtop from the ferry, that's quite a walk.
Yeah, it was. We did it was like 6.5 mile total.
Whoa, wow.
And it was
so 3 miles over to Benchtop.
Yeah,
hot
on Saturday.
It was hot, but we started our walking around 10. So I mean, it was still warm, but
it was humid too.
Yeah.
Did you wear your bonnet?
I did wear a bonnet, yes.
And the Benchtop, is that
Benchtop was great, yeah.
I like that place.
So we got there, it was like quarter till 12 or something. They open at 12. So I wasn't sure if they were open or not. And we start walking towards the door. And as we're walking, the lady turns the sign and she said, we don't open till noon, but I was here early and I saw you coming. So I was like,
yes.
yeah. So that was super
That's
nice.
the service.
Yeah, that was great service.
That.
We're definitely going back there and ordering pizza from there's a place nearby that does sourdough pizza and Bonnie can eat that. So Yeah,
that's awesome.
We'll head back over there. They were great. We had a good time there.
Great.
Yeah. All right.
I also had a very special thing this weekend. I have started doing self-care. Eye roll. It's important, but also stupid. But every 3 weeks, I am booking a 90-minute massage at the Advanced Fuller School in Virginia Beach.
Oh, that's awesome.
After the workday. And then I have a girlfriend out there. Hi, Kirsten. And I asked her to meet me for dinner after this massage because she lives out there. It's a whole thing to coordinate. She picked a place called Tiki's.
Okay.
It's in a strip mall. It's teeny tiny. I thought, oh, this is going to be dumb. It is the most magical place in all the land. Full Polynesian, everything. Okay. It was packed like it's insider only. So everybody listening, don't tell anybody. This is just for us.
The tens of people.
But you need
listening.
to, yes, the tens of us. People. Hi, Danielle. I learned that Danielle, she's got a very long
TDLC.
Yes, she is a devoted podcast listener.
Oh, wow.
Yay. And she still wanted to sit by me learning.
Oh, nice.
That was me. I know,
Nice.
it's very nice.
She's pretty great.
Yeah. So you don't make reservations. You just pop in there. It's crazy there all the time. All fruity, elaborate drinks in fancy cups with straws and fruit. Fire is involved.
Oh, wow. Fun.
It really is. So if you need a little adult, and the food was amazing and it wasn't expensive. I had the shrimp fried rice and it was it was served in a dog bowl.
Okay.
All right.
That's the kind of energy I'm talking. Like a little off center.
Oh, that's like perfect.
Which aligns with my needs in every way. So I highly recommend doing that. Also, if you have not gone to Omar's Carriage House, cancel everything and go to there.
Where's that?
It's Waterside.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I can't really help beyond that.
Okay,
I walked there from my house.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like a 30-minute walk each way, so that was also lovely.
That's excellent.
So if anybody wants to make plans to go to there with me and Dimitri, let's do that. We can park at our house.
Is it over at like by the YMCA over that?
Yes, it is.
That was right around the corner from Sarah's place. I've always seen it and I've never been there.
It is amazing.
Okay.
It's a little bit of everything, very reasonably priced, kind of Mediterranean. But it was amazing.
Yeah.
Fully amazing.
I love that little part down over there.
Yeah.
2 for 2 this weekend.
Yeah, winning.
It's a good weekend.
Winning.
Excellent.
Greg, did you do anything fun?
Friday night I hung out with some friends, played a new card game that was a lot of fun. It was called Crack List. It was just super fun, super light. It was good for having conversation while you're playing the game.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun.
those.
Yeah.
It's not a speed card game.
Yeah,
I
you don't have
like
to be
that.
super fast.
Yeah.
You take your time.
Or smart.
Now that's a bonus for you because you were meant to be at Dungeons and Dragons that night, weren't you?
I was supposed to be there that night, but that got canceled. We had some sick party
Cooties.
members.
Oh no, Doug was so excited.
Yeah, he really was. We're going to reschedule
finale.
it for sure. The reason we decided to reschedule it, we could have done it with 2 down, but we wanted everybody to be there for Doug's finale. So
Doug's finale.
is the dungeon
Dweebs.
master.
Nerds work so hard at their craft.
it's so fun. Yeah. It's so much fun to be that devoted to it. But yeah, so instead of Dungeons and Dragons, we did that, which was a great alternative, a wonderful alternative. So,
Nice.
And then just kind of hung out on Saturday.
Did you get any training in?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I did. I tried to swim on Saturday, but it would not work out. There were just too many people in the pool. So I ended up doing a 10-mile ride on the bike.
Future fans, if you're not aware, Greg is in the last stages of preparation for his first triathlon.
Yes.
Yeah, this coming Saturday. It's going to be
Good. You have tens
fun.
of people praying this Saturday.
Yeah. Timeliness of being on here to get the army of support.
I need that extra, every little bit of extra.
If we wanted to show up and be on the route, where would we go?
It's in Manio, down on the Outer Banks, right by the airport, and then it ends at Fort Raleigh, where they do the Lost Colony stuff.
Okay. That's quite a hike.
Cool.
I wish you the best.
Yeah, I appreciate the support from afar.
They're in spirit, and spirit only.
We had a great weekend, mixed in a couple different things, going out with family with a bunch of football. It was opening weekend, and I got to see my team play and lose on Thursday. Wasn't mad at it though. They played okay. And I got a buddy in town from Texas. He's actually like close by the stadium and has invited me down there to go to a game and stay with him. but he's in town, so we're going to see him again tonight. But we went to the Silos on Friday night, and we've been to Westside quite a few times. I think that was the first time we've ever been over on the Silo side, listened to a band and got some tacos. It was good. Yeah, it was good. And then Saturday, got to hang out with some family at the Alawite County Shrimp Feast.
Yum.
Nice. Love a shrimp feast, right?
you?
Right. Yeah. All you can eat. And they give you a 5-hour window. Wow. Right up my lane.
How many did you eat?
Gross.
A lot. I had a lot.
You measure it in pounds at that point.
I had a lot. Yeah. So it was good. Good weekend. Awesome. Yeah.
And you ran this morning.
I did run
He's
this
bragged
morning.
about it twice.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and
Greg
let everybody
convicted
else
me.
know.
I saw him running the other day. I had to get it running. Good way to start the week. I feel good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Great way to start.
Nice
All right.
flush.
All right, so our Bible reading challenge. We were in Romans, finished up Romans this past week. Had some Proverbs this morning, some Psalms in there. Anything to stand out to you guys?
Yes. Proverbs this morning. It's better to live alone in the corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely
Okay.
home.
Oh, boy.
That was the first one that just jumped out at me.
Somebody had to do it.
And there's two of those verses. in
Bonnie,
this
are you
one
okay?
chapter
Doubles down.
that are pretty hilarious. It just makes me chuckle. Anyway, no, the real one from there is verse 2, which says, "People may be right in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their heart." And I don't know, that's just a good, sobering verse. Our self-estimation tends to be quite lofty most of the time. I mean, some people struggle with maybe self-worth stuff, but for the most part, most of us assume we're a little better than we are.
Nobody at this table has trouble.
And the truth is, God's standards are very different than our own.
Absolutely.
And so, that verse is just a good, sobering reminder to measure ourselves, not other people, against the standards of the Lord. Yeah.
That's great. I listened to, what's cool is this reading plan is in our Believers app, but you can also like play it. You don't have to read it if you need to multitask.
If you're running or something.
Right. For example. And I found myself listening just over and over to the Psalm 97, 98, which was yesterday's assignment. And I think that the reason it was really just, I felt like I was taking a drink of something really nourishing every time I just listened to it, because it made me think about what you spoke to yesterday and what is stopping me from being an inviter when God has got it.
Yeah.
Where like it's a true evaluation of the quality of my faith. If I can read and know that God's got it, and still tremble at the thought of saying, "Hey, what are you doing on Sunday? Would you like to come to church with me?" It's so paralyzing, but it's such a freeing thing. And that verse that you shared yesterday about, I saw you under the tree.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Me too.
So I just feel very equipped.
Good.
I'm going out to lunch today with Journey Gamble, and I'm taking some Mondays at the Hub flyers,
All right.
and I'm going to talk to somebody.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
excited.
Very
That's
nice.
good.
Very good. Very nice.
Maybe Journey will come on Sunday.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I had a verse from Romans that it's been since I was, 17 years old, one of my favorite verses, and that's that Romans 12:1 and 2.
Yeah.
Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living and holy sacrifice, acceptable to God, which is your spiritual service or of worship. And don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove that the will of God is that which is good, acceptable, and perfect. And I really just love that that's the picture that it paints of worship. It's something that's complete and full, not just a part of life, but kind of all of it surrendered to God. So if your life is a sacrifice, there's nothing that I can really hold back if He asks it of me. So, and
That's so good.
I love that verse 2, like right there. Sometimes you have to like hunt for more, but it's right there, and it tells you like why. It's because God's will is perfect
Yeah.
and all of that. So
That's so
it's
good.
better than what we want.
Right. So good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go off script real quick because I wanted to say this earlier. But last night we had our annual B group leader kickoff, and we did it a little differently this year. Like it's usually a little training atmosphere where we're trying to pour into our leaders and stuff. This year was more conference style. So leaders up front, they got to enjoy a nice meal together and hear a message and some worship together. It was great. And then we had Mark, I forget, do you know his last name?
Robinson.
Mark Robinson come in as like an illusionist slash motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And we invited all B group members to come into that. So it was a really cool night. Loved it. And just wanted to know what B groups y'all are involved with. This semester, Greg already shared a little bit.
Reengage.
Just another plug for Reengage. If you're not signed up for it, there's still time.
And it starts
next Monday.
Next Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in a Monday group. Love Like Jesus is, and it's led by Raymond and Kimberly.
That's
That's
awesome.
who made our shirts.
Yes, that's who made our
Shout out.
shirts. Yeah, so
That's
they're
nice.
great group leaders, and we have been a Wednesday group, and our group is multiplying. So we have
that's
a
awesome.
Wednesday group and a Monday group, and
cool.
so we're excited about that.
Wait a minute. You and Bonnie are facilitating a group on Wednesday, and you're attending another group on Monday?
Nope, I'm not facilitating one on Wednesday. We were in that group on Wednesday, and
Oh.
you sliding
Okay.
over. Yeah, we multiplied over, and we're on Monday now. And there's other portion of that group is continuing on Wednesdays, and so we're making more room for more people.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am doing kind of an experimental little project. We're going to be watching The Chosen on Mondays at the Hub from 11 a.m. to whenever the episode ends and we're done kikiing about what we saw and what we thought about what we saw. Bring your lunch, have a sit.
I know someone that needs to be in that group. Someone was saying to me yesterday that they were looking for a daytime group and they had very limited time, and the only time they could do it was on Monday. And so I'll give you the name when we're done here.
Very
And
good.
Contact them.
Yes.
Speaking of Raymond and Kimberly.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, Raymond came up to me on Sunday as I'm holding my gorgeous bedazzled sign that says, "Let's watch TV." I have all the glitter has remained on the board.
Good for you.
Thank you so much. But he told me that you have some kind of an issue with the Chosen.
I do not have an issue with it. That is Raymond. That is too strong of a statement.
Raymond.
That is too strong of a statement.
What is the statement he should have
Generally
said?
speaking, I do have issues with Christian media stuff.
Is it the same issue a person might have with Hallmark?
Yes,
Media stuff.
And I know The Chosen is not that. So, I've heard from enough people that it's really good. It is on my list of things to watch. I will watch it as soon as I finish watching. Like Edward
100
Scissorhands,
other
and all the other things that I've got queued up.
Pick all that up from
Edward
Blockbuster. You can get
Scissorhands. Cancel the rest of the questions. Let's talk
the only
about
thing
why
that
that's at the top of your
It's the
list
only
right
thing- It's
now.
actually not on my list. It is just what came to mind.
What are you drinking this morning? Is that your...
This is my Panera coffee. Yeah, that's all I'm having.
So join me on Mondays. What are you doing? You're also on Mondays,
I
aren't you?
am, yep. Mondays at the Hub. I'm part of the community-facing curriculum-based groups on Monday evenings. So with Reengage, we'll be in the gathering room over there doing regeneration. So recovery in Christ. Yep. So mental health and addiction. Love that our church does not shy away from any topic, including that one. We talk about it often on Sundays in our messages. And we've even had some evening events and stuff like that. So I started that journey with trying to get counselors and doing this and doing that. And then God just telling me, just sit back. This is
Keep it
like
simple.
any other small groups. That's what we do.
Yeah,
we try
that's
to
nice.
mimic any other small group and understand that we're going through some unique challenges ourselves. So.
Yeah. And because of the sensitivity of the groups that you fellows are doing, there is kind of you need to sign up and be accountable.
for sure.
Yeah.
And that kind of, does that close in another week or so? How long are those signups open?
Yeah, for Reengage, you can sign up until next weekend, but and we can find a place for you for sure. But yeah, the earlier you sign up, the easier it will be for us to facilitate that and get you the resources that you need so that you can start off well.
Right. Right. Yeah. Very similar with ours too. And we offer it every semester. So same with Reengage. So even if you miss the cutoff, we have a wait list. And but with my topic of my group, it's still new. I don't know how much I should say this, but we will make a spot. You know,
Classic
there's a cutoff, but we're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
If you're struggling with that, we're gonna come alongside you for sure. So,
And is your group a group, Jamie, that people can join?
Yeah, it's open to anybody.
Yeah.
It's not a couples group.
Yeah.
It's just a group for anyone.
So if the schedule opens up 6 weeks from now, they could jump on.
Oh, yeah,
and
sure.
jump in.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
And that's similar for mine. I don't even have a sign up. I've gone completely rogue. You can
Have
show
you?
up.
Wow.
I'm not even on the groups page. I'm on the events page.
Wow,
So there's a boomerang for you that if you'd like to unpack, we'll do that offline.
Yeah.
But anyway, just show up when you have time. Drop in for the first half. See what everybody's having for lunch. Whatever.
I love that.
We're flexible.
Very cool.
It should be good.
Very cool. Well, our group leaders will be out in the Commons again this coming Sunday,
Yeah, buddy.
getting you plugged in and signed up. So get signed up. Fall semester right around the corner.
Yeah.
There's room for all 10 of you.
That's right. Yeah. All right. So yesterday we kicked off a new series, Open Invitation. Can we chat real quick, Jamie? What's this series about?
Yeah, it's just about the power of an invitation, particularly as it relates to the invitation to follow Jesus. And I mean, all four of us sitting here and many of you listening are very, very grateful that someone
Right.
put themselves out there to invite you to either come to church or learn about Jesus or whatever the start of your spiritual journey was. And so we're just talking about and trying to simplify the invitation. Let's not overthink it. Let's not overcomplicate it. Let's look at it for what it is, what God wants to do through us. And this is the year of invitation at Believers, and we're trying to engage 1,000 people in 1,000 days, which takes us through October 27.
Yep.
And we've got some inviting to do.
Yeah,
So that's
absolutely.
what this series is trying to light a fire under that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, speaking of personal invitation, can you guys recall a time when a simple invitation to church, a group, or even just coffee completely changed the direction of your life?
I shared several of those yesterday.
Yeah.
So
You sure did. You can take a pass on that one, sir.
open it up to the
Yeah,
floor.
and
here.
I wrote to this last week
did.
in the outlet. I shared a piece.
Dozens
of
read the
my-
outlet.
It's dozens.
So you can share it
There's
here.
probably a podcast listener that does not subscribe to
That's
the
what I'm saying,
outlet.
yeah.
You can do that. You can subscribe to the outlet from our www. If you have any trouble with that, feel free to leave a comment on this, however you're listening or watching this, and we will help you get hooked up with that. What were we talking about again?
An invitation.
The article that you wrote.
Yes, quite. Yes, I was invited to. I was somebody's one.
Yeah.
I was invited to Believers by a coworker in 2008. That's not even true. 2006, I was invited. And I found this coworker kind of intimidating, so I didn't want to disappoint her. So I did come, even though I was not interested at all. I was fine. I didn't think I needed anything more out of life. I wasn't really searching for anything. But I started coming, and it prompted me to start thinking more deeply about my role just in the universe and my purpose and what is important and what is eternal and what doesn't last. And Jamie, your teaching really had an impact on me. And, I was a part of Believers for 2 years before I drank the Kool-Aid.
I love
Amen.
that.
And so I just feel super strongly over how powerful that is.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes me feel all my feels to think that I could invite someone and that they could have the experience that I have had.
Absolutely.
Where you belonged even before you believed.
I didn't even know I needed to belong.
Yeah.
My life was fine. And, as soon as I said, yes, I want to follow Jesus, a whole bunch of doo-doo hit the fan. I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Sure.
And so I just feel very lucky and blessed that the timing was such that my life crisis has occurred after
Yeah.
I was connected to people here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where I would be if I had to do that on my own. So just feel super passionate about those things. My husband is not on the God Squad yet. No one in my immediate nuclear family is active, in active relationship with Jesus. So it is like, it's super on my mind personally.
Yeah.
And it's also a big part of my job here at Believers. I'm the weekend experience director, and my foundational motivation is to make church accessible to people who have already said no over and over again.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Love that.
I have an invitation that always sticks in the back of my head. I was at my little sister's birthday party in 1999.
As you do.
Yeah. And I got invited to a Super Bowl party at a church. And that led to my finding Jesus, despite that church's best effort to keep me from him. So yeah, I mean, just that one, hey,
the NFL frowns upon that now. So just so
they frowned upon it then too. But yeah, and we had to cut away from the commercials because they were secular, and all of that. So,
did they play episodes of The Chosen?
Or Edward Scissorhands.
It was 1999. It was VeggieTales.
There you go. I knew it was something.
Were you invited to Believers?
No.
You were in North Carolina.
Yeah,
then?
I was in North Carolina then. I was invited. Well, we showed up at Believers because
took a wrong turn.
We were in crisis, and we sought our old church's leadership and said, where do we go? What do we do? And they said, you should check out this. There's this guy named Jamie at Believers that you could talk to, and he might point you in the right direction. And then we got stuck. So
in the best way.
Yeah, the best way.
Oh, okay.
The very best way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking back to my invitation from a good friend of ours that I've known all throughout high school and stuff, that we're attending here with his wife. And we had said no. I was going through the toughest season of my life so far. And I said no, trying to handle everything on my own and not knowing what I needed. But my wife started going. And so the guilt of that, it's just this happy wife, happy life thing. I'm I should be going. If she's going, what kind of man am I to not go? So, I think of that invitation. And then I also think of my invitation from Mr. Kevin Whitley for my first ever B group, a Monday night football group. Yeah. So I got connected with him pretty quickly. And so that was my first ever small group. That's awesome. He stayed after me. I think
Those Whitleys.
Yeah, the Whitleys. I just had a conversation, and he's gone as much as he's here anymore because he's down in the Outer Banks,
busy
and
fella.
he's doing
Kids,
all the things.
Grandkids, all the stuff.
Yeah, but I just had a conversation last week with someone who's relatively well plugged in here, and they told me that their first invite was also from Kevin Whitley. That guy.
That is the first place I served. The Butteries. I was in there my first B group with the Butteries.
So he stayed after me. I think I missed the first week or two. Just didn't. I know I signed up, but didn't really want to do it. And man, it was life changing.
Isn't that interesting that it isn't even that initial invitation? It's it starts a series of reactions of the people here who also love Jesus and Believers. You inviting somebody means they're going to get to meet Annette Buttery. They're going to get to meet Raymond and Kimberly. They're going to get to meet our amazing cafe staff. And the work is going to take care of itself because when you feel loved by, what did Tyler say at training last night? 5 people know your name.
You have an 80% or something chance of being plugged in.
With a community. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
And it's not hard.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Right. So, Jamie, you walked us through in your message some of the barriers we have or that we face to inviting. Things like being the fear of being weird or not having all the answers. That's a good one. Or even lack of time.
Yep.
So which one of the barriers that Jamie mentioned kind of resonates with y'all the most?
I don't want to get lumped in with those Christians, and I put both of those words individually in quotation marks sometimes, because I don't want to. I need to have a relationship with somebody before I invite them, is what I feel like, so that they know that that's not who I am.
Right.
And sometimes, I feel like I wait too long to shoot my shot and ask that, because then they're not
friend zone.
Yeah. So
and then it falls into the now I'm going to make it weird.
Yeah,
category,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and they know me this way, and then all of a sudden I'm going to pull this trump card and ask them to, show up at church, and they're going to think I've prospected them. And that's like absolutely not the intent. I just want them to know who I am before I ask, but then, it can get weird.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was not having all the answers. And that journey, there's still been growth in that journey, though, for me throughout the years. I feel more equipped to have some answers or responses, like we call them, especially as a group leader. Like, that's what you want. But there's still just that fear. I'm like, I'm doing my Bible reading challenge. Like, I should retain this. I should learn. I should know this. And but there's still that fear. Man, I don't know if we're seeing in a certain light of of having it all together, and that's part of that is having all the answers, and that's a barrier. It's a real one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's some pretty great resources out there that speak to this. Bill Hybels even has a good one out there, like How to Walk Across the Room or something.
Yeah, that is the title of that book. That's a really good book.
Yeah, and Preston Perry's, which is more current, How to Tell the Truth, talks about all the different ways that you can approach people to talk about your faith. And I think the thing that gets in my way most often is I don't know. Like, I know my husband's story. I know why he is hesitant and untrusting of church people. He has been really hurt by it in the past. Yeah. People close to him have claimed Jesus and then hurt him very badly. Yeah. As a little fella, that sticks with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I am thinking about that person when I see somebody who needs a little help and not saying something that ends up being a trigger for them, because Christians do just as good a job of turning people off, probably a better job of turning people off of church than turning people onto it. So my approach has shifted a little bit to kind of smooth the speed bump, I guess. And like the shirt you wore on Sunday, invited with the verse on the back, come see for yourself. Like, there's a good chance somebody is going to say, what does that shirt mean?
Yeah, right.
And that is an opening just to talk about what that is. And it's neutral and it isn't high stakes at all. And it was initiated by the other person. So that's kind of my general approach. It's not very bold. But I think it's okay to struggle with these things as long as you're working towards.
As long as you're actually struggling.
Yeah. What did you say last night? The most important thing about you is
who you are becoming.
Who you are becoming. So I don't like that I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't like that I don't feel like I have the right words. But I am taking steps forward towards that, knowing that Jesus is there.
Yeah.
He's got me.
Yep.
And just like, Preston Perry says in his book, you should be asking Jesus to give you the words. You shouldn't be relying on your own words anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Jamie does that regularly on stage on Sundays, waits for the Spirit to speak through him. We have that same opportunity, and he is waiting to give us those right words. We just have to let go of the steering wheel a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't like to do that.
No, we don't.
That's right. Well, speaking of barriers, the skeptic's response. So, Jamie, you talked about, you gave us the story of Nathanael, Philip, and Jesus speaking from the book of John. And Nathanael's reaction was basically, tell that story real quick. The Nazareth, really? Like that whole dynamic.
So he's inviting, Philip is inviting Nathanael to come and meet Jesus because Philip has already met him and he's already convinced that he is the coming King of Israel, the Messiah, the Savior, all the things. And so he invites him to come and he tells him who he is. He says he's Jesus, he's Joseph's son, he's from Nazareth. And the Nazareth part really tripped up Nathanael to where he was like, Nazareth? Can anything good come from Nazareth? And it was kind of funny yesterday. So I was trying to contextualize it and say, the amount of people who yelled Portsmouth was hilarious. I never said it though. Just for the record, I did not make a Portsmouth joke. I've been called out for that, so I have not done that in years. And so, Yeah, I did not, but lots of people filled in the blank.
They did that.
I thought they were going to say Suffolk, or
Yeah.
I didn't know. It could have been anything.
Well, why do you think that skepticism is such a natural response when it comes to matters of faith?
Well, I mean, it's like it's a disruption to an entire paradigm of thinking for some people, So like if you're not a person of faith, and as Adrienne was saying earlier, like everything was fine in her life. She wasn't looking for anything in particular. And then you inject this idea, this belief system, this person who kind of challenges your I'm okay status. A defense mechanism is skepticism.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, supernatural. Like if you're not into that,
right. Like
a little tough.
I'm not into Dungeons and Dragons, right? It might be similar. Like anytime I hear Doug or anyone talk about that, I'm just like, oh, jeez. And some people, you're right, you start talking about the supernatural, and that's their
logic response. Only.
Yeah.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never mind, you can't see oxygen. Never mind.
Gravity, wind.
Yeah.
Also, like there's no free lunch, and it's too good to be true, and all of that. There's that underlying element of like, well, they want something from me. They want more from me than this. It can't be just that they want me to come to church. It's got to be more than that. So there's that layer of skepticism too that you have to cut through to even get to some of those other conversations.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, and then, I mean, Dee's story of baggage, and so that builds walls of skepticism that are just naturally there. So if you've been hurt in the past, you automatically have a barrier, and it can express itself in skepticism or lots of other things, but that's certainly one of the ways it could express itself.
Yeah. And just our culture right now, like we have fence lines around every square inch of our property to give us as much privacy from people we don't want to interact with. We do so much to keep people out that it is countercultural just to engage a person who isn't already in your inner circle in any kind of conversation about anything real.
Yeah, that's right.
Except for on social media platforms, and
then it's done poorly.
Vitriol rules.
Yeah. Well, also from this story, we can learn a better approach for how to remove some of these barriers when we think of inviting to church. And we can learn right from Philip's response to Nathanael that he said, come and see. So how can that approach change the way we think about sharing our faith?
Yeah, I just think it's so freeing because it takes the pressure off. I don't have to be the answer man. I don't have to be the apologist. I don't have to have, 20 verses memorized. And what's the Romans road? And is there a detour somewhere? And like all these things that you have to, like if you're trying to memorize formulas and all the things, and God's used that stuff.
Absolutely.
But it takes some of the pressure off of that. Like I am not inviting someone to a multi-level marketing thing. So I'm not trying to get them in on something. I'm just simply saying, hey, this is something this has improved my life. Come and see.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just takes pressure off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think as a church, we do a pretty good job at trying to find the easy invites.
Yeah.
Then you can really hit with the come and see approach. Like even what we showed yesterday, our first promotion of October 5 coming up with the DeLoreans and stuff coming here for free market and all that happened on October 5. That's an easy invitation.
So easy.
To remove all of those barriers. Yeah. We don't even have to talk about church. Just come to this
community event.
Community event with you and your family.
Yep.
And then meet them there and ask them to come and see.
I'm so excited.
It's so good.
I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, it's so good. And then Jamie, probably, my favorite part of yesterday's message was God at work before the invitation. So you talk about the pressure that we feel. That's part of the reason we see barriers the way we see them is it's stemming from pressure of the response that we get and fear of rejection even. But Jesus told Nathanael, I saw you under the fig tree before Philip found you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what does it mean for us to trust that God is already at work in people's lives before we even invite them?
So just a quick little story. Doug's B group, he has a hiking B group, and on Saturday they were hiking somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where they were. And I'm having a conversation with Patrick in the comments yesterday, and he's telling me about this thing that happened on their hike. They came across this guy they were on a bike trail, but they were hiking on it. And they come across this guy who's not seated on his bike. He's sitting on the ground next to his bike. And they asked, is everything all right? And he's like, yeah, no, everything's fine. And then a little bit later on, they see him again, and he's pushing his bike. And they asked again, everything all right? And he said, well, I, hit a tree back there and, got a little shook up, whatever. And they said, well, we're part of a B group, and, that's, our small group of guys who study the Bible and whatever. You can walk with us if you want to. We're walking out of this trail area, and he's like, yeah, I'm not really into the whole God thing. And they said, well, that's okay. You can still walk with us. So he walks with them out of and as Patrick's telling me the story, the guy walks into the church for the very first time.
Stop it.
Yeah. So I met him, and so as
Patrick wetting his pants?
Yeah, probably. He sat with Patrick.
Whoa.
So during first service, as I'm getting ready to get to that part of the message, all I could think about is this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, who knows what is going on in this guy's life?
That is it. Right? Patrick, gold star, buddy.
So I'm like, what's going on in this guy's life that his initial response is, yeah, I'm not really into the God thing. And yet, he
24
showed up.
hours later?
Yeah. He shows up. And I pray, I was praying even as I was teaching, that God would reveal even to him, oh yeah, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. And maybe that was God at work.
Right.
Gosh.
So you just never know. And it was the coolest thing yesterday. It was also a weird dynamic because I'm in my head, it was good for me because in my head, this could be a very insider series. Yeah. That's the danger of this series. Yeah. But I've worked hard to try to include elements of it that will be very inclusive to someone who's not an insider. Yeah. And so that was the part of that message yesterday that was for that person, That's so cool. But how great is it to know that God is at work in things, and I can cooperate with him on that. I just love that. Yeah. Andy Stanley talks about I don't remember all three of them, so it's a terrible thing for me to bring up. But the three knots to be listening for in conversations with people to use as, he doesn't say this, but ultimately they're signs that maybe God is at work in this person's life. And it's I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do in this situation, or I'm not, I'm new here. I'm not familiar with this. I'm not whatever the tension, it reveals a tension in this person's life. And those tensions oftentimes are, in fact, God working in a person's life, preparing them for what is to come. And so being on the lookout for those types of moments in conversations with people that you're not exploiting an opportunity, you're leveraging what God is already doing in this person's life. Right. And it's just that shift of perspective is a pretty powerful one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know if I'll even answer this question the right way, but it doesn't matter.
You're the host.
Thanks for keeping expectations low, buddy.
But I was thinking if you fast forward the invite process a little bit and somebody accepts your invitation, I had to learn how to trust God in that too. I tried to immediately control. So as you're out there inviting, I want to encourage you, don't try to put the Holy Spirit in a box once you make that invitation and you see the person you invited come to church one Sunday. I know I invited a friend a couple of years ago, and my first thoughts was, wow, this random week we were talking about money, and we never have specific, so it's so rare. And we dove, it was like around the gift. They came around Christmas time, so we're talking about the gift more and more. And, but just trying to control that and like
it has to be perfect.
And he even said something too about it. And I'm like, yeah, you know, we never, but he came back and from there, he's now attending the church with his family closer to it. But they went from unchurched to now going to church every Sunday.
It's not about believers.
Right.
It's about Jesus.
That's right.
And just like it's not on our shoulders to convince them, it's just not on our shoulders to like control that narrative.
Right.
It's absolutely God.
Right.
He has gone before us. He is, you know, in the middle of it. He is it.
Yeah.
So yeah, who are we to try to say that like this message isn't going to be the right one? So let me wait till the next one.
I've done that. I had someone that I had invited and had persistently invited, and they contacted me to say that they were coming, and I knew what I was teaching on, obviously, and I knew them, and I thought, this is going to be terrible. They're going to feel bushwhacked by this message. I'm like, it's almost as if I wrote this message to address a situation in their life. And I just decided, if the Holy Spirit nudged him to say yes now, who am I to get in the way of that?
That's right.
You know, so they came.
That's right.
That's awesome.
I don't think they felt bushwhacked. They attended for quite some time.
That's good.
Yeah.
So the power of small obedience, Adrian, you got emotional earlier talking a little bit about this, about the impact we can have. How does it encourage you to know that something as simple as extending an invitation to come and see for yourself can play a role in somebody's eternal story and their faith journey?
Yeah.
It's emotional.
Well, I mean, I'm just grinning from ear to ear about Patrick.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like, there's nothing else to say.
Right.
But like, I did just ask the University of Google to define invite for me. And it said, you're extending a request to someone to come closer. That's all.
That's it.
I love that.
You're not trying to change
Yeah.
anybody. You're not trying to undo or repair. You're just saying, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can do that. Littles do that. Our first-time guests do that better than our longtime believers do. New people bring people with them.
Yep.
Because everybody likes to have their buddy with them. Think of your buddy who doesn't come with you. Like, I mean, you know, it might just be as simple as examining, like, who do I see the most every day? And are any of those people I would be friends with in real life? And if you haven't started that, that's the place to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. It's such a humbling, emotional feeling to think. I just have that good and faithful servant like lens on and think when it's my time and it's all said and done and I head up to heaven, like if I made an impact, and to think something as small as just come and see for yourself can do that for somebody.
You don't, and you don't have to wait to heaven to find out that.
Right.
Like, if you're doing that, you already know.
Right. Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. I was looking at this from a different kind of perspective of remembering that, like, we may not always do this well. And when we don't, like to your point earlier, like sometimes it's hard to do this, and it is a small thing and it feels small. So we can get in the spiral of beating ourselves up over not doing it well. But we've got to remember that, like, yes, we're called to this obedience, and God is going to convict us of not doing this well, but he's not going to condemn us for doing it poorly.
That's good.
And that's the space that the enemy wants to get us in, is where we're dwelling on that, where we're dwelling on our past failures and not able to move forward. So don't get caught in that trap. Like, really, feel the conviction of it and change, but don't dwell on the past failures in it.
Yep. That's so good. Thanks for that encouragement. And on that note, that's all we have time for today, friends. We hope that next Sunday, as we continue this series, you will come and see for yourself.
Yes.
And if you can't join us here on campus at 9 or 10:45, we will be online on YouTube at 1 o'clock. And until then, go and be love. See you, friends.